I've got a transparent.
Right.
But never mind. Never mind this. This
downtown Dartmouth,
That's right.
and they also have a like on Portland Street.
Yep. And Christine, they're about to open one in Timberlake. Probably, well, they said the refrigeration unit just got in yesterday, so we don't know when. But
Because Heather was commenting on their red, and we were going to try it, but it's not at the liquor store, which means we're going to have to go to the source. But
Yeah.
we're in Dartmouth; they're just up the road from us.
Yeah.
So we're going to have
Harbor
to.
Red.
we did find the North Brewery ale. It was an IPA.
Yeah.
I got my heart set on the red, so I'd rather hold off and do that another time.
Right.
I mean, I love IPA. Don't get me wrong, but my heart belongs to red. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, when I was able to drink beer, red ale was definitely
Yeah, I mean, it's called Irish Red Ale. I've never even heard of it until I moved to Canada.
Oh.
Well, no, I haven't. I mean, maybe it's called something else in England. I don't know. But it is. It's not bitter, but it reminds me a little bit of bitter. So you know.
Yeah, it's got a bit of richness to it, but it's not heavy. And that's
Exactly. Yeah, I prefer it now. I mean, I still like British ale, British bitter. But when we went back to England on our honeymoon, so I went to see where my family were from and everything, and we went round the northwest where I'm from, and we went down London because you got to go to London if you go to England. But the southern beer was awful. I mean, ugh. What's that beer called?
London Pride.
London Pride. And I wouldn't be proud of that, and I wouldn't be telling people. It was like dishwater. I don't know if it's always like that, but it was really bad. But the Northern Ale, of course, good stuff. I'm just being biased, of course.
my dad would tell you the Northern Ale was better because it was closer to Scotland.
Ah, there you go. There you go. Actually, I had a Scottish one the other day. What was it called? I forgot now. It was an amber ale, and it was actually a Scottish brewery. Found it in the liquor store. Nice, and it had a sort of mix of caramel, oak, and whiskey. I don't know.
Oh,
And I could actually taste what this. Normally, when you see things like that, you can't taste it. But in this case, I could taste everything they mentioned. I thought
it wasn't Guinness and Gun, was it?
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it out of the fridge. I've got one. Don't go away.
You know what? I think it was because we were in the liquor store today, and I pointed it out to him. And, yeah.
You know what's interesting is how the new world. I mean, we see this in Nova Scotia too. And when Bob and I would travel around a bit, the local craft breweries, they would do beers that had similarities to those old world beers. So, I mean, we can get Irish red style beer here.
It is innocent fun.
Yeah. That
Very
used to
nice.
be my favorite beer, Graham, but it's not.
Yay! Awesome. Well, the thing is, I didn't actually feature it on this show because it's not a produce of Nova Scotia. It says here it's from Scotland. as you say.
Got a really nice Scotch ale. One of the Nova Scotia breweries.
Well, we are in New Scotland, so we can. It is official. We can mention it. I don't care what.
Ninelox has their Scotch ale, which is seasonal, and it's a lovely beer. Wayfarer has one too. Yeah.
Excellent.
And they're both very nice. They're in the Scottish style, just like a lot of the Nova Scotia breweries now have an Irish style. I guess, you know, people like it, right? So they make it.
Kelly, what are you drinking?
I am drinking
Mug.
Mine's mug.
Nice mug.
Isn't that a nice mug?
Man's best friend.
Yep.
Beautiful.
A little bit of cider.
Cider?
The dog mug.
Yep.
Good girl.
I prefer cider.
We should do a special cider show.
Should.
I do prefer cider to beer, but
So listen, I love beer, but cider's always been my go-to. And my favourite cider is Strongbow, which is a British one. But it's Bulmer's Strongbow, and it's nice and really dry and crispy. I
And
love
you
it.
know what? This North cider is very dry, very crisp, very refreshing. It's unfiltered. I'm really impressed. I had a little taste of it yesterday, and Bob bought me some.
We're gonna have to try it. We'll have to try it.
that one for
Definitely
sure.
give it a try. And I've
Yeah.
actually had several Nova Scotia ciders that I was really impressed with. I think when we first started tasting Nova Scotia cider many years ago, I found a lot of them were pretty sweet, but they
Yeah.
really moved more towards the drier classic cider, I think. People's tastes change too, and they have to accommodate to that.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
When we were in, when we went to England, we went and met up with Graham's cousins and got into the cider.
Professional drinkers, my cousins are.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep
Was it
telling.
a whole bunch of people like Graham?
What's that? What's that?
Was it a whole bunch of people like Graham? And she's nodding her head. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, they're worse than me.
it was a really fun night. Yeah.
I'm pretty tame compared to my cousins. I tell you. But yeah.
I shocked Graham because I was, even though they had quite a head start.
They've been there over an hour
Yeah.
before there was all these empty
But-
glasses on the table.
I was keeping up with them.
She kept up with them for a while. I can't do that. I can't keep up with her. Never mind my cousins.
She had to do it for both of you.
Yeah.
That's right.
Although we
Well,
had
thankfully it was, cider they were drinking and not beer. Because if it was beer, I can enjoy a couple, but
but cider's way more powerful than beer in my opinion.
Yeah.
It goes down a lot
well,
smoother.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Vancouver, and when I started to enjoy alcoholic beverages, I wasn't a beer drinker at all. I drank cider, so I get the little stubbies of. I'm trying to think of what the company was with it. Wasn't it? It might have been Okanagan, but.
Well, no,
anyway.
they are
Yeah.
British Columbia.
Yeah. So,
um,
but
brewery.
cider was definitely my beverage of choice. Yeah.
My first year was we had family members and friends who had farms, and we would go out and help with the haying. And it was dry, dusty, hot work. And at the end, even there was food, which everybody was hungry for, and then there was beer. And I remember taking my first taste of the beer and thinking, wow, that's kind of bitter. And then I started drinking it, and I thought, is that ever refreshing? So I still remember the best beers of my life were after haying. They were pretty good things. But of course, our cousin would say, well, it's helping to replenish your vitamins and minerals that you've lost during the hard work. So I don't know if that was true, but we thought it sounded good.
I'll accept that.
Exactly.
I'll accept that.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah.
I think you had to say something like that since she was underage.
I'm just going to say it's purely medicinal.
Ryan, what are you drinking? Or are you?
Oh, well, sorry, I'm thinking the
I
same
haven't
thing.
started.
Oh,
I
right.
haven't started yet. I got a little story happening. We kind of had a little high school reunion of my wife's high school, not mine, which is Sir John A. Of course, it's now renamed to Bayview. I think it is Bayview High School. But there's a Sir John A. mug, and thanks to my buddy now, super friend Gareth Tupper, he's probably going to shoot me for mentioning him on the show. But that's all right. I've been shot before. He is working at Spindrift just for fun because he really enjoys it. And this is I stole this. I literally stole this from him and a couple others. But I told him I was stealing. Does that count? I'm not sure.
No.
Anyhow,
Okay.
so it was a high school reunion, and yeah, so he's at Spindrift. This is the Hurricane IPA, which is appropriate because we have a hurricane on the way. I think it's what's the hurricane's name?
Henri.
Should remember.
Hey,
Henry, right? Right, Henry. That was a character I played in a play a few years ago.
Monday. Okay.
Yeah, so Monday.
Not
So this
looking
is for
forward to
Monday, and the more Hurricane IPAs we drink over the weekend, the more Henry will go out to sea, and we won't have to worry about him. And that's my story. So we had a good reunion. We had fun. I played music, and everybody had a good time. And we even Zoomed a little bit of it. And I came away with some free beer. So awesome reunion, Sir John A. Woo.
Do they
That's
do
my
that
story.
all the time, or do they select special years? Like, is it particular anniversary years, or?
I don't know. These guys like to have reunions at the drop of a hat. That's 2 in 3 weeks.
It was 40.
What?
40.
No.
40 years,
Stop
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
No, you graduated then?
Yeah. 40 years ago.
No, stop it. No,
Yeah.
that's silly. You're making that up.
We
So
were only
you were
young
just
things at that point in
Tiny
time.
child when you went to high
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, we were
she
prodigies.
accelerated fast.
Yeah.
Skipped many
Here.
grades.
Right.
Yeah.
To Sir John A.
Who's on it?
Sure.
Whoever he is. Sociable.
Oh, you guys. A fox just went through our backyard.
Really?
Oh, wow.
It just
What was he
walked-
drinking?
walked
what was he
through
drinking?
our backyard. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
what was he drinking?
No,
He smelled the
no.
beer.
Oh wow! It's probably here to take out
Yeah.
some of the rabbits.
Could be.
Keep the cats in.
Yeah,
Oh, our
always
cats
do.
don't go outside.
Good.
Yeah, they don't. They're all rescue cats, and they know what it's like out there, and they don't even try to go outside. They go, nope, in
Oh,
there,
good.
I don't like it. Yeah. A few
How
years
about that?
ago, a lot of cats on our roads disappeared.
They know where the bread's buttered.
What's that?
They know where their bread is buttered. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
safe,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
place indoors.
They know.
They get fussed and looked after and fed. I'd stay indoors if that's the case. You know what I mean?
I know.
Unfortunately, I have to go outside now and again. Damn it.
They know exactly. A friend of ours is a vet, and he said rescue pets really are grateful. And he said he's.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
I've been watching these YouTube videos about dog behavior, and it's been explaining why dogs do certain things. And I don't know how they know, but it seems quite genuine. And one of the things that stuck in my mind was, you know, when a dog comes to greet you at the door, and he or she bends down and stretches the legs out on the floor, and they stick the bum up in the air. Apparently, it's body language for, hello, I'm pleased to see you. I've missed you. I thought they were just stretching the muscles, but there you go.
Yeah, who knew?
Oh, Kitty, hi, Kitty.
Murphy. Hello, Murphy.
Well,
Oh.
Kelly and I have talked about how Boston and Kitty do look quite a lot alike.
Yeah.
They might be cousins.
They could be, because he's
And how old is your kid?
He's 5, 6 now, so
Yeah.
Boston is
Yeah.
7.
it's 7.
I'm not here.
Oh, and you've got a dog beside you, Christine. I'm not referring to Graham.
Yes, I do.
I'm a British bulldog.
This is
Oh,
Meg.
What does Maggie have in her?
She's a pug.
Okay, she is a pug. It's hard to tell from the TV, but
She's also a bloody nuisance.
well, we have one of those. Her name is. Oh yes, she is. Yes.
That's
I
me.
know. Actually, we've got a bit of an issue with our Aggie, who is not quite 8 months old. She's developed a passionate interest in any beer that Bob drinks. She is a Nova Scotia beer fancier, and we have to really keep an eye on her because she'll go for it.
I have to create a new breed, the Nova Scotia beer toller.
I think she's a Nova Scotia beer stealer, actually.
I am too. Sorry, Gareth. I just.
Technically,
And
she's a
here is
water dog. She's a
the
pork-
Graham there.
Yeah, there's Graham.
Yeah, he's getting ready to take his drink.
Hey, Maggie.
Hey, Maggie. She's going to steal his seat.
How old is she?
She is. Right.
She'll be 9 in November.
Oh, okay. She looks good. She doesn't have her face on it.
Yeah. She's my second pug. Yeah.
And is she a beer drinker as well?
Oh yeah. When you spill beer on the deck, she will finish it. Yeah.
Here's my final bottle of Off Track from last time.
Good man.
I'm going to finish off my drinking session with it because, you know, finished.
And I told you last week that Off Track has a very, very dog-friendly patio. They are lovely.
Yes.
Mm.
And actually, when we have gone to meet our daughter, who lives in Dartmouth, and we've taken Howie, there are often other dogs there, and you know they just seem to manage. They're at the patio. They have to be nice to other dogs. It's the congenial patio, culture. And we haven't taken Aggie because, well, we just haven't. Because she's not quite 8 months old, and she's a nut.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Howie loves it. He'll lie down under the table and just look around. Oh, nice.
Maggie wouldn't do that. Maggie wouldn't lie down. She'd be jumping about trying to say hello to everyone.
Well, Howie did get up on the table the first time we stuck in there. Just briefly.
It was very embarrassing. The water was scandalized.
It's a lovely spot that they've set up out there.
Really nice.
They have the inside area, but they have a lovely roped off patio area as well.
And they've
Yeah,
done a really nice
go
job.
there and spend a couple of hours there.
But they have nice parkland and landscaping around. And
Exactly.
The
Yeah.
trouble is, it's too far away.
The patio scene.
What's that?
What's happening with the patio scene this summer? Is it starting to open up?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think it's a safer thing. I mean, outside,
Yeah.
no one seems to mind going and sitting on a patio. I feel safer with the pandemic and all.
Well, and the tables are often wider spaced anyway than they can the sides.
Yeah.
Here we go.
What you got there, bro?
Off track. Off track.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone. Now you see
Well,
it.
I
Now
can
you
bring
don't.
it back.
Brian, you need to bring up North.
Bring up
North
North.
Brewing, yeah, we did with them at the last Full House event we were at. North
They're lovely.
Brewing.
Yeah, really.
So, we need to give Brian that information that we got with this card.
Yeah.
We should scan it and send it in.
Here we are.
We've still got a business card here for you, Brian, from Off Track. We really need to give it to you. So maybe we should scan it. Scan it and send it you. That's the
I'm
best
hoping
way
to get
do
over to the Pirate Festival tomorrow if the weather holds out and the stuff in there. Yeah,
Tomorrow. It's supposed to be okay tomorrow.
yeah, the Tallahassee Pirate Days Festival is tomorrow over in Eastern Passage.
We're
Red beer.
Yeah.
we were
Full
driving by
Hardy Red.
Superstore, the Portland Street Superstore, and they've got their float all ready to go.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
wonder
so
what
there's
that was.
North Brewing.
I've got plans.
I like that. Cole Harbor Red. I like that.
That's the one one that.
That's what we were looking for, really. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Can you hear me?
Another show.
Can you guys
Yeah,
hear
I think
me?
that's.
Yeah, we
I
can
think
hear
that's Heather
Heather.
cutting in. Yeah, we can hear you.
Because I can't get my video to work, so I don't know.
No, and
Yeah. I saw the Cole Harbour, read a fellow that used to be in the Dartmouth and District Pipe Band. He now works at that big facility down in Tennessee. He's like a chemical engineer, and he's home visiting his family in Nova Scotia, but they're caught.
Hey, I've been trying to find it. We couldn't get it today, but we will. We'll have to go source, won't we?
Yeah.
They don't have it. They didn't have it in the liquor store, but it's up the road. But we're running out of time.
Well, you know what you should do is you should go to North and get some of that red beer, but stay in and have one of them when you're there and share a plate of their fries, which are really, really, really. Bob and I shared a plate of fries yesterday, and I don't get fried food that much in restaurants, but I was really hungry, and I confess I ate more than my share.
I thought to say, whenever I drink any alcohol,
Well,
I get the munchies.
It's gluten free.
Yeah.
Well, the other feature they have is that if you have a beer and I'm not even sure if you have to have something to eat, but if you have a beer in their tap room and then buy some to go, you get a discount on the beer that you're taking with you.
Oh.
nice. There, I think I've got a picture of the patio there.
Oh, nice.
Is that the off-track patio? Yeah.
That's why you bought me
That's the
cider.
one.
You got a deal on it.
It's north
When,
of that.
last time I saw that
It was
patio,
north.
it was full of people.
There's off tracks patio.
Yeah.
It was full of people when we were there.
Yeah, there's lots of people filling those seats.
Well,
it looks better when
sometime Bob has to bring a picture. I have a great picture of Bob sitting at a table at off track and Howie underneath the table with his head up. And I said something about Friday night Bob likes to go out for a drink with his best. And I put it on Facebook and it got some love.
Yeah.
Of course it did.
He the man.
Sounds good.
He the man. My beer guru. Wait, no more about beer than I do. I don't know. I just know how to drink it, but you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you.
You know all the other things as well. That's useful.
Yeah, and well, that's why I reach out to the breweries every week and ask them to, come on the show and tell us about your products and stuff. So I do send that invitation out, but we haven't had anybody yet.
I will say that Bob and I had the privilege of meeting two of the three owners of North yesterday because we were meeting a friend who knows them personally. And they're very excited about coming to this area, and they're extremely community-minded. So
Good,
I'm hoping, and just lovely people. So maybe they'll encourage the others. But the other thing, I was going to tell you a little story. My mother used to tell us this story about how awareness changes, because my older sister, my mother was pregnant with her in 1954, and she had terrible, terrible morning sickness. And the solution that her doctor gave her to the morning sickness was to drink a shandy every night. So before dinner, my mother would have half beer and half ginger ale so that she could tolerate her dinner. And she said it's really strange because it actually helped. And I think thalidomide was prescribed in that era for morning sickness. And, it wasn't great that she was drinking alcohol. She said she was having a pretty small shandy, so it probably wasn't really very much alcohol.
Nothing wrong with that shandy.
At that time, she didn't like the taste of beer. So the doctor said you should have a small glass of beer before your supper to settle your stomach, and then you'll be able to eat. And she said, "Oh, I can't drink beer." And by the time I knew my mother, she liked her beer. So, but at that time, she had to mix it with ginger ale so she could tolerate it. And people said, "Oh, that's terrible." But she said, "Well, we didn't know any better back then, but she said there were worse things. That people were
Yeah, I
getting.
guess
The wrong with shandy.
choice than the
Mum and Dad used to drink shandy made with beer and lemonade, which is this.
Oh, I've heard of that. There actually was that was a commercial product a few years ago. Somebody knew.
Rattler.
There is
Yeah.
now
In
too.
the UK, you could buy it in bottles. Shandy. It's got a very low alcohol content, so kids can drink it. But when you go in a pub and ask for a pint of shandy, it's just a half a pint of beer and a half a shandy out of the half a lemonade out of the fountain.
Well, maybe this shandy with ginger ale and beer was my mother's invention. I don't know. Has anybody?
I don't know. Maybe any combination of beer
Oh,
and a
but you
soft
would
drink.
think ginger ale is definitely something that settles your stomach.
Yeah. Well, and it would be okay with beer, I think. I think the combination would probably be all right.
I just remember years ago, my mum and dad used to take me with them when they went to bingo on a Friday night. And I'd sit there with all these pile of comics, Batman and Superman, and a bottle of Coke, and they'd be drinking shandy. It's happy memories.
A number of years ago, I was, when I lived in Ottawa, golfing group, we'd tee off early on a Sunday morning and come in about 11 o'clock or so, and we'd get a pitcher of shandy, which was beer and ginger beer. And we found that it was really, it really was great for cutting your teeth. It was, and only half the alcohol content. So
You could drink it faster than more.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's why we
You
had
know, when I think about it, I seem to remember it being specified specifically as lemonade shandy. So there must be lots of different types.
Well, yeah.
Well, I've always liked beer and tomato juice.
Oh, that's called something, isn't it?
It is,
Yeah,
and I
it's
can't
called
remember
horrible.
what it is.
Yeah, I agree
No,
with
it's
you,
like
Graham.
bullseye
Yeah.
or bullshot or isn't it? Something?
Yeah. I love it, especially on a hot day.
Oh, well, what?
Drink that.
Okay.
My
What
mom-
about this then? My dad used to drink brown ale, or I'm not quite sure what the mix was. It was like a dark brown ale and a pale ale together, half and half, and it was called a black and tan.
Yes,
I
I
But
got
it might be Guinness and pale ale. I'm not sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah.
what is the,
It's
Called a red eye.
yeah,
Red
there's a little bar down on Barrington Street. Henry House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Henry House.
black and tan there all the time.
Yeah, exactly, the black and tan.
We'd
They
go.
serve
We lived up around the corner, so we'd go down there to play darts and have something to eat.
Exactly.
Well, it probably lightens the dark ale, right, Heather?
I want to say that it could have been the Guinness and another ale. It's been a long time.
I think it is Guinness and a pale ale of some kind. Yeah. Some description.
That's a nice place to go. They had a nice little up there.
It is.
There's also another drink, and I don't know what it's called. Cider with black currant in it. And I'm not quite sure what that's called.
Black currant in the beer?
Yeah, black currant
Yeah.
juice. Black currant juice. Cider with black currant juice. And I'm not sure. But I'm thinking maybe that was also called the snake bite. I don't know.
And a beer
Back
with
over, right?
lime cordial.
Ah. My dad used to drink lager with lime cordial in it. And he said it stopped him getting a bad stomach when he drank it.
I shared this
lager.
video. It says 14 ways to make a shandy. I put that in the link in the chats. If people want to watch that. So there are different ways to make them, and maybe this video might be some help on how to do that if you're interested in shandy. Shandies.
Millions of ways of doing it.
Yeah.
Well, Garrison, of course, I mean, a number of the breweries do, but Garrison maybe was an early adopter of having fruit in beer. Our son-in-law really likes their raspberry, and it's not sweet, but you have
Is it a raspberry sour?
It's not a sour.
No.
My sister came to visit a number of years ago. She's a big fan of sours, so I was taking her around to different breweries. But the Garrison raspberry beer is it's a long
It's probably a blonde. No, Nine Lots has watermelon and strawberry and apricot. Yeah.
And they're not sweet.
Right.
You get the you get the beer flavor, but then there's that fruit.
Yes.
There's a blueberry one too. Somebody has a blueberry one.
Johan has a blueberry one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember the blueberry from when you guys were down in the valley at Patty's Pub.
Right. They had a blueberry.
Yeah.
Well, Heather was saying Gahan House has one, and that's the one I'm thinking of, Heather.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think when Brian gets out on the road again and one of these on location, we should all go with him.
So
Yeah.
Meet me.
I thought that was the plan.
Road trip.
The North Brewing.
Yep.
Off track.
Gun House.
Mhm.
Well, whichever one, any of them. We should all get together and do a live.
Right.
Everyone together behind the beer.
Mhm.
Guy
And
has,
I'll
You're
buy the
arranging for the
first round.
bus, right,
Yeah.
Graham? You're going to get the bus arranged? And...
Yeah.
I'm going to buy
Yeah,
the
we
first
need-
round.
Yeah, that's something I mentioned to the breweries when I reach out to them. They just need to sponsor that, and we can do that. We can go live right from their tap rooms, make an hour-long show, bring the panel over, and have
We're
you
gonna
guys
pay
have
for
some
the
fun.
beer, so what? We'll still buy the beer from them. What are they complaining about? You know what I mean? As I said to the guy at the off track place, I said we'd like to come along and do a show here, but don't worry, we're not expecting freebies.
Yeah, that's right.
You never know, do you? They might think you're trying to pull a fast one.
Yeah.
I'm just translating this from my old days when I used to do the music podcast, and I used to speak to record labels and things. Right? If you want to send me some stuff, I'll play it on the show. And sometimes they were a bit, you have the freebies, but I wasn't. I used to do all this promotion. I used to get freebies for it, but I wasn't asking for freebies. But they were welcome. They were welcome.
I've worked in not-for-profit sector for much of my working life and done some fundraising. Sometimes you were really offering an opportunity for a business, and it was helpful to have the business there because people would appreciate getting that knowledge and exposure. But sometimes I guess businesses feel like they're being offered an opportunity and there's a sting in the tail, and sometimes we'd have to really convince them that no, it's helpful for us to have you there because people are interested, but we're really trying to give you an opportunity here. And you can sometimes you have to really tap dance.
Once you get established doing these things, there's no problem because after a while, after a couple of years, I had this catalogue online, a back catalogue of all the shows I'd ever done, and I just directed them towards that, and they listened to a few of those and realised I was genuine. And then they couldn't stop sending me stuff. I thought, whoa, this is crazy. I even got backstage to meet famous. I met the guitarist from a band called Cradler Phil. British black metal band. Oh, he was a really nice guy. He didn't want to talk about the band. He wanted to talk about PlayStation games, which I was quite happy to accommodate. Yeah. And other people, I know was a guy, Blaines Bailey, used to sing with Iron Maiden for a short while. He was a really nice guy as well. Anyway, little perks. Didn't get paid for any of it, but Brian understands what I mean.
Oh yeah.
It's a labour of love, isn't it, mate? A labour of love.
I love,
Nothing in days of British rock.
I still ponder on the idea of starting another podcast, though, but I don't know what to do it about. I don't want to go back to the old format. I don't want to do something different. I don't know. I know enough about podcasting to do it, but whether I want to dedicate the time for it, because I used to spend a lot of time on it. I was working full time at the time, and all my weekends, Friday evening, Saturday, and Sunday, was all consumed by doing this sort of thing. And now I've retired. I've retired and I've got loads of time, and I feel like I've got even less time to do it.
I hear you.
Yeah. It has to be a really, really good idea for me to decide to do it.
In a way, this kind of is a podcast. So we've added the video element, but
it doesn't have to be music to be a podcast.
Yeah.
It's a discussion podcast, a chat show, and it's still a podcast.
Yeah, the Nova Scotiable's for. It is a talk show. Here. Even has music in the background. Yeah, so that's Nova Sociable, and it's still around. Like, I haven't scrapped it or anything. It's still available. But, I'm waiting for people, if they have a topic or something they want to talk about, come on and let me know. And use that little, was there. Yeah, producer Dennis Live TV. That's the email. Just use that if you have a topic you want to talk about, and we'll set up a event for the Nova Sociable Talk Show.
Well, we'll have to have a special event when my next music video comes out.
Yeah.
Because that's all about raising money for charity to fight COVID. So, you know, you can't go wrong, can you?
Yeah.
So
that's antivirus. Tell them about antivirus. Talk about that, but we should.
Well, this is why I was sneaking into the conversation, because last time you told me to talk about it, I never did.
Nice.
So, yeah,
nice
antivirus is my contribution to fighting off the pandemic. I mean, when it all came about over a year ago now, I felt pretty useless. I thought, I must be doing something. I've got to get out there and fight it off. So I decided, what do I know how to do? I thought, I can do music. So I formed a band. Well, I got a few of my very talented friends around the world together. And they're more talented than me, so they make me look good. But we got together virtually and recorded some music and created some, with the help of Brian, created some music videos. And they're out there. musicagainstcovid19.com. If you go to that website, you see all the videos so far, and in every single video at the end in the credits there's a plea asking people to send money to a particular charity called directrelief.org, and they are a worldwide charity providing medical equipment around the world to fight the pandemic. And I thought, what more could you ask for? There's the website. Yeah.
Good for you, Graham.
Thank you. But it's not just me, it's my very talented friends.
Well, good for you and your talented friends.
My good mate, Brett in the UK, he's the drummer.
It's an international
effort. Brett in the UK, my old drummer from years ago. Junie and John in the USA, two Johns. One of the Johns isn't doing it now, but because he's very busy with his other band. But we've got Junie and John in Texas and Maryland, and they're working on the next song as we speak. I mean, all the songs are themed around COVID, but we try to keep it tongue-in-cheek. We don't want to depress people. So what's quite serious was a song called Angel of Mercy, and it was dedicated to all the medical teams around the world that are really working hard to fight it off and look after people. So that was a serious song. I asked Junie, because her grandmother was Spanish or Mexican. I asked her if she could sing it in Spanish, because I wanted it to be themed around the Day of the Dead, the thing, you know. So I had a Mexican theme. I wrote the song in the style of Mexican rock, which is apparently is a thing. If you ever watched Quentin Tarantino movies, and he's got all this music in the background with very reverby guitars and things, it's all this sort of Mexican style rock. So I wanted to do a song like that. So I did that Angel of Mercy like that. And I asked Junie to sing it in Spanish. She did a wonderful job. Her and her friend translated it into Spanish. Beautiful. It's a beautiful song. It made it sound even better. Oh, well, there you can see on the website, there's a new song coming soon. It's called, the truth is out. It's called the COVID-19 from Outer Space. And it's all about the conspiracy theories that people have got. They don't want to get vaccinated because they think the government wants to put a chip inside them. They think Bill Gates invented the virus. They think the Chinese did it on purpose. And so the song is saying, oh no, it's none of that. COVID-19 is actually from outer space. So this is 19.
Very little shop of horrors. Well, we're definitely going to look that up, because in addition to her beer and baseball, Bob loves music, and we
good on you.
Yeah, we're totally going to check that out. So
Bob,
I heard on the radio the other day that for a lot of developing countries, it's been a challenge to even be able to get one vaccination for people.
Exactly.
And that many of the many of the developed countries are starting a process where they're saying, once our people have had 2 vaccinations, rather than worrying about a booster shot, let's get the rest of the world vaccinated. And I think that's absolutely the right attitude,
Absolutely.
to get behind that kind of thing. So
I still don't understand why some people don't want to be vaccinated.
misinformation. I think it's misinformation and anxiety. I used to work in the field of medical editing, and what people don't understand, and some naughty people have spread this rumor, this false rumor, what people don't understand is that working on vaccinations for viruses like COVID has been ongoing for half a century. So when people say it's new, it's experimental, well, not really. You know?
Not really,
But
no.
unfortunately, people will read the wrong things and listen to the wrong things and become anxious. So
The medical background of it is been around for a while. They've used it for SARS and they've used it for various other things before. They just had to then throw this virus into the mix to
This
make
is why they did it so
this
quickly.
virus versus the other ones.
Yeah, this is why they were able to develop a vaccine so fast. Because people are saying, "Ooh, how come it happened so fast? I don't trust it."
Because all of the
Already-
background for SARS.
It already existed.
Yeah.
All the research was already done.
the other thing that people don't really understand, some people don't understand, is that, and this sort of relates to your music work that you're doing, Graham, where it's an international group. Internationally, scientists and vaccine experts worked on this together, and it's a wonderful model for how we could tackle lots of things. Instead of having a siloed approach, do it together,
Exacerbates the progress.
and a lot of great things can happen. So
I had an interesting.
I'll drink for that.
I had an interesting thing that I saw on Facebook last night. A girl that she and I grew up in the same neighborhood here in Bedford, Nova Scotia. We went to the same elementary school from kindergarten to grade 5. And I lost touch with her. Though she was never a close friend of mine. But through another Bedford person, I identified her on Facebook. She now lives in Florida. She's religious, and back around the time when I refriended her, I sent her a friend request. This was during the election down there, and it turned out she was, like so many of those people in Florida, was a hard Trumpite, and she made a few comments, and I through that whole period tried to be very careful not to say anything political on Facebook, but she made a statement one day that knowing where she comes from, which is the same place as me, I commented and all I said was, "You know better than that, Valerie." And so that got a bit of a heated discussion going. But so last night on Facebook, she posted something to the effect, "Thank you all for your good wishes. As I have been fighting through COVID, I'm on day 27 now, and I'm feeling much better." And blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, now isn't this interesting? A religious Trumpite in Florida getting COVID. And so others of our old classmates just made a comment, "Oh, sorry to hear that. Hope you're feeling better." And so she then responded and was basically commenting back and forth with me. So she said that, like she still didn't have her smell or taste back. And I said, did anyone else in your family or your friends get it? And she said that her husband had got it, but not as bad as she did. So I left that for a little bit, and then I couldn't resist. And I made one last comment, which was, "Have you been vaccinated?"
You didn't.
And guess what? She never responded, which answered my question.
Brian, now is the time to play that clip.
That's right, yeah.
And I noticed underline that a lot of our attitudes come from our environment.
Yeah.
And we're surrounded by people. It isn't that these people are stupid, really. It's that they're in a cultural environment that sets up certain attitudes and expectations. And I mean, it happens to all of us, really. But yeah, that's a sad one. You know, that's a really sad one.
We're in the dangerous territory. We've all been drinking, and we're talking politics. So it's a little dangerous here.
I'm very to say that.
We were talking about COVID, Brian.
My friends.
We're gonna.
My friends in America are very intelligent, and they all know what to do, and they're all on the same page as us. So you know they're managing to survive and get through it.
Yeah.
They're surrounded by idiots.
Well, my friends are the same.
Brian, I'm going to say something that I think is entirely comfortable for you. I would like to thank you for providing us with this safe opportunity to enjoy a drink with friends, to make sure that we're safe from our health point of view. We're not drinking and driving, but we're here. And you know, the fact that we're all doing this from home means we can go have another drink now.
Yeah, that's right. We're virtual.
Feel free.
Friday night.
I'm buying.
Yes, sociable. On that note,
Work week.
And because I'm working at home, I want to tell Christine and Graham that the solution to their freezer thing, for those of us who don't have a freezer glass, is that you just need to drink a little faster.
I know.
I do think of it, Fox. I must admit.
Mine's warm.
I will take your advice.
I would take drink.
Check the
So
chat
true.
here. I mean, I am certainly willing. We have what we call a webathon, which is a fundraising, essentially community television product that we use. We've done a few of them in the past. I'm willing to use that kind of format and partner with it. So, just let me know. And I mean, it takes a team to do that. I can't do that myself. Like the show here, I pretty much do this myself. But I do this in my living room, so it's kind of fun. Oh, there's antivirus. Yeah, so I just want to put that out there that if somebody has a good cause, we're certainly here and can help out in raising funds for that cause, and if nothing else, raising attention or awareness.
No. Well, I'm involved with a number of not-for-profits, so you may regret making that offer.
Yep. Yeah, that's what the webathon was designed for. It. Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody knows what telethon is. This is the online version.
Yeah, I think it's a lovely idea. I think it's really smart. It's a time. It's something where the time has come for it. So.
Yeah. Again, most of it can be virtual and
more people watching.
Yeah.
More people watching. That's what we want. Yeah, more people are watching things online. So I think the channel, the NS Live TV channel, is more relevant than ever now. At least I'm kind of hoping.
Well, I hear our puppies squeaking in the background, so I'm going to say it was lovely having a drink with all of you.
They need some oil.
Have a fabulous weekend. Stay safe from the storm and anything else. And you take care.
We'll see you at the next one.
You too. Thank you, Sharon. Appreciate your input.
Yeah. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
we've gone other shows so far. We're an hour now.
Oh, but it's worth it.
It's nobody's fault. There's nobody to blame. It's all good.
If there was enough people popping in and popping out, it could go on forever.
Yeah. Well, it could. I mean, we don't have a set time limit here. Yeah.
What's that? What's that Stuart does with the Christmas with the popping?
I mean, at some point I will have to go to the bathroom.
Open house, like an open house.
Yeah.
An open house. Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Open house webinar.
Yeah. And the same thing, we talked about a number of things that would have been at for the talk show. So, if people want to get together and do a talk show, an open talk show like this, we use the same people and open it up to other people.
People suddenly discover it and it's about to close. It's a shame. Well, that person can feel confident that if they can start a new topic, it'll carry on. So they shouldn't really have a format where it's only on for an hour. As you say, it could be unless you've not got time to do it. It could be flexible.
Yep.
If someone
That's right.
appeared online now in the green room, they could come in and say, "I want to discuss Dante's Inferno and the effects on religion and beer." So we'd say it could be sort of all philosophical stuff and visions of hell, and why people drink beer at the same time. So
right.
I could contribute to that, mate. I can think of lots of things. You know what I mean?
We philosophically kind of.
I've had a drink. God bless orders, and you think they're going to follow you home. Yes, I've met people like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good.
Well, there you go. Well, I think we'll wrap it up. I think that was been a great show. I had fun.
We need to go and eat something to soak up all this alcohol.
Us too.
I know, that's right. We need some supper. And I need to go pee.
Yep.
Get some haggis chips.
Yeah. Chips.
Sounds good. Sounds good to me.
You're never going to hear the end of the haggis chips.
No.
We still have another bag.
Yeah, we have.
Bag.
They're going to go soggy if we don't eat them.
I'll grab a bag, Bob, and we'll get together and try it.
I'm wanting a donair, to be quite honest. Ooh.
Oh, a donair, yeah. Oh, see, I'm hungry now.
I'm going to upset lots of people here. Because I'm British, we don't call them donairs, we call them doner kebabs. And I think the meat might be...
Of course you do.
Beef here, I'm not sure. In the UK, they're made with lamb, and it's usually off the spit and the calves and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the way it's got to be.
But I don't
There's
know
a story behind the
different.
camel meats thing. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the meat, whatever the meat is, it could be cats. I don't know, but it tastes fine to me. But it's the sauce that's the deal breaker. And I want to upset a lot of people. I'm going to get death threats. I don't like doner sauce. It is absolutely horrible.
Now I don't like you.
UK,
Pure sugar, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
I know you've all unfriended me now, but in the UK we use chili sauce.
Sriracha sauce.
Well, we call it chili sauce.
It's
But
sriracha sauce.
sauce is the closest thing I've found. What I do when I order a kebab or a doner, I say, hold the put the doner sauce on the side. Because if I don't say that, they'll put it on. I can't say don't want doner sauce because they'll phone you up like as happened to me. They'll say, "Did you say you didn't want the doner sauce?" I can't believe you don't want the doner sauce.
No doner
And
for you.
rather than send them and say I don't like it because it's horrible, I say let's put it on the side. I'd rather have it to it, and then it's not something it arrives. And I put my own sriracha sauce on it, and then it's pretty darn close to a British kebab. And no offense to Canadian donairs, but some things
Well,
you
there
can
might be
take
some taken.
Yeah.
you can take you can take the Brit out of kebab, but you can't take the kebab out of the Brit. You know what I mean?
Until you can lick the donair sauce off your elbows, you don't have enough.
Yeah.
You are correct.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
Absolutely correct.
There's a true Canadian, eh?
Well,
I'm working.
Every Friday and Saturday night, Chris and I went to Venus Pizza and got donairs to take home with us.
Yeah.
and Kelly had her overnight bag behind the couch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some product placement there.
Good old
Venus Pizza.
Winchester.
Remember that.
The three of us. Yeah.
We need a food sponsor for the show. There you go.
In the food court, Chris?
I have no idea. I don't think so. It's really been renovated.
Oh yeah. It in no way resembles what it used to look like.
Yeah, I used to go in there and talk to him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Good old George.
Good old George. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap her up here for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining. If you want to stay in there, hang in there's a panel. I'll be back, but I got work and actually close the show out, Figure that kind of thing. All right. I'll be back in a bit.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That concludes this episode of Behind the Beer. We hope you'll be back next week, August 27th, for another virtual episode of Behind. And we'll feature all breweries and that we can think of here in Nova Scotia. And there's plenty of them. We'll keep checking with those brewery owners, too, to see if they'll come on the show and give us a real inside scoop. So keep checking social media for updates on all our upcoming shows and events. And remember that NS Live TV makes a great media partner for creating in-person or virtual events. And to avoid talking to myself, which happens more than a really, I'm waiting for a group of people who have us or want to come on the show, and we'll create a special episode for your topic. So email me right below there. See, that's the email to use to get the ball rolling. And I want to mention the Seeing People show. I do this every week. I know I mention these shows, but it's an interview style show that features interesting Nova Scotians and beer and try to talk. It's not good. Anyhow, we want to present them and their communities and what they're doing. And we need your help and suggestions. The content flowing. If you know of somebody that might be good on that show, somebody to feature, let us know on that. And then, again, there's the emails right below me. So to all of you, I was just doing it a little differently this week to get better bandwidth. So anyhow, there's always something, like Graham said. So we want to continue to bring local content. And all we need you to do to help us do that is to a simple like, share, and follow. It's just that easy. That's all you got to do, a simple click. That's all we're asking for. But you can make donations to GoFundMe if you really like what we're doing. And just to let you know, just saying. Always remember to drink responsibly. And that's a wrap for this episode. Thanks for watching, and keep your browser tuned in to NS Live TV as we continue to develop and bring you local TV productions. Stay safe. We'll see you next week. Roll credits. Technical.